Palma. Oh,
man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-pointer.
Oh, my goodness.
Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Batallero has time. Now it gets Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
For the fourth time in the month of June, we return here at the Brenzi Yao Convention Center, home of the two-time defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, as they will square off later on against Cebu. But first things first, Chris De Chavez returns after missing out on that loss kalaban ng Pasay Voyagers, coming off that 29-point outing on that big win over Binyan, at kalaban nila on the other side of the floor, the returning Deo Timajo, who played for Parañaque this season, now finding himself back with the Marikina Shoe Masters, and that will be our first game in this Tuesday triple header. Teams from each divisions, the Davao Occidental Tigers taking on the Marikina Shoe Masters, followed by the Sarangani Gripper will take on the Pasig City, and in our main game, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns will host the new look Cebu team. Alright, this is the Marliga Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ken Panglinan alongside Coach Mike Perez. And Coach, nakita natin, no, it's been more than 3 months already in the season. Medyo lagpas kalahati na tayo, and for these two teams, I think mahalaga na makakuha sila ng panalo if they want to make it past the playoff round here.
Yeah, and more importantly, to get even into the top 10. Right now, medyo nasa baba sila, and so the hope is as the season goes, you will progress eventually, ending up at least in the top 10 rank.
Of course, you're watching us live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And kasama natin ngayon ang ating third member panel. Walang iba kundi si Miss Lyra Punsalan, na pag nandito sa San Fernando, iba'y sigla na nakikita natin dito kay Lyra. But Lyra, first things first, kamusta itong Marikina and Davao Occidental heading into this matchup?
Maraming salamat, Ken. Coach Jello of Marikina is back on his feet literally after recovering from food poisoning, but now straight back into business with 5 new faces on the roster. Kasama niya ngayon sina Dandelio Enrile, Jay Yutok, Deo Timajo, Ron Bonifacio, and Carl Saavedra. At nasa 8 na daw ang homegrown ng Marikina. Sinosolidify talaga nila ang kanilang roster this deep into the season. At sabi pa niya, bago pa ako na food poison, tinrabaho ko na talaga ang pag-acquire at pagtitrain sa kanila, at marami pang veterano ang papadating. With this fresh mix of talent, mukhang hindi lang weather ang unpredictable, pati Marikina, pabigat na ulit. Back to you guys.
Oh yeah, 5 new players para dito sa Marikina Shoe Masters. Let's see if they could make a difference going up against this very talented Davao Occidental squad. Ngayon, tignan natin yung mga kaganapan yesterday. We were at the Pasay Astrodome. Caloocan winning over Manila as expected. Abra parading 3 new players, defeating Quezon City. And then Jensen, how about them? They've had a hot string of games lately here, defeating itong Pasay Voyagers.
Yeah, and the Voyagers once again losing at home. And yung Abra Weavers, you talked about that. Those 3 new talents really would shore up itong very strong team ng Abra Weavers.
And ngayon, makikita natin later on, Pampanga, who is part of that conversation in the North Division. And makikita natin in our team standings later on. And, 3 of the top teams, Nueva Ecija, Abra, San Juan, combining for only 2 losses. Pampanga lurking there with a 12-4 record. Pasig City, makikita din natin mamaya, Coach Mike, 7-7 at number 8. And then Marikina still dwelling at the bottom here.
Oh, lalo na para dito sa Pasig City, the hope is makaakyat, lalo na papalapit dun sa top 5. Samantalang ito naman Pampanga Giant Lanterns with 12-4, having won 2 of their last games. The hope is makahabol kahit papaano dun sa top 3 or at least remain in the top 5.
And on the other side of the bracket here in the South Division, Zamboanga remains up top, 14-3. Pero nakita natin itong Davao Occidental, Sarangani, dikit, 11-12. So, and ito Cebu din, actually magkakasunod sila dyan. they want to catch up with the teams, yung mga nasa top 10, particularly Basilan and Imus with at the 9th and 10th spot respectively currently. So ngayon, pag-usapan natin, Coach Mike, first off, itong Davao Occidental Tigers na kamakailan lang we covered their game last time against Pasay, and naalala natin, no, they won that one big against Binyan. They missed Chris De Chavez here, and nung third quarter dito lumayo yung Pasay Voyagers kontra dito sa Davao Occidental.
Yeah, and they gave up, 30 points to Pasay in the third quarter, went down by as much as 21 points and never recovered. The good news is Keith Agovida led all starters with 16 points, followed by Jeff Comia, who's got 11 also as a starter. Janser Salubre was pretty big off the bench with 11 points. Shooting was pretty okay at 41%, but there were two lesser 3-point makes. Ganda kasi ng 3-point shooting tsaka field goal free throw shooting rin itong Pasay in that game. They were -6 in free throws, -2 in 3-point makes. But it's the points of turnovers that's been a huge difference. 26 points of turnovers to Pasay, which is really 10 less on what kung nakuha nitong Davao in that game.
And on the other side of the fence, you've got the Marikina Shoemasters, and they have reloaded in preparation for this matchup. But kalaban nila ang Caloocan, they were just pretty much short-handed in this one, and Caloocan simply dominated this matchup.
Yep, and after itong Caloocan going on a 12-point run in the first quarter, they really just never looked back. And itong Marikina 12 as much as 46 points in that game. Struggled making shots, shooting only 31%. The boards were pretty much controlled by Caloocan, and because of that, scoring the paint was pretty tough. It was a -26 in that department for Marikina, and also they couldn't get themselves going in the fast break as they were a -17. Couldn't get into fast breaks, couldn't stop the fast breaks of itong Caloocan in that game.
Alright, let's see how the new players of Marikina could inject new life as they try to salvage their season, and they will go up against the Davao Occidental Tigers na lagging behind din in the South. And alright, let's turn you over to Miguel Pere as he introduces the starters.
Beginning with the MPBL Season 3 champions, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life. Starting at center, number 32, Harold Arboleda. Forward number 15, Keith Agovida. Also at forward number 28, Chris De Chavez. Two guard number 30, John Sher Salubre. And the other guard number 18, Joseph Terso. The head coach for the Tigers is Arvin Bonleon. Assistant coaches, Ronald Magtulis, Pacho Alfonso, Nonoy Bonleon, Anthony Brodet, Amboy Agonoy, and Peter Santamaria. Here comes the starting five for Marikina Shoemasters. Forward number 34, Jacob Ubaldo. Also at forward number 3, Jay Yutuk. Center number 4, Carl Peñano. Two guard number 8, Deo Timajo. And at one guard number 77, Jetro Escoto. The head coach for the Shoemasters is Angelo Nebres. Assistant coaches Joseph Ochada, John Paul Basilan, Fernando Bunyag, and Rain Mendoza. Assistant team managers Agency and Monroe Quezon. Team manager is Doc Rianji Pioquinto. Reference for this ball game recruiting, Fallon Manzano.
Starting five brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet. Davao Occidental with Joseph Terso, Janser Salubre, Harold Arboleda, Keith Agovida, and Chris De Chavez for Marikina. Jetro Escoto, Deo Timajo, Carl Peñano, Jay Yutok, and Jacob Ubaldo. So 3 of the 5 players nitong Marikina are their new acquisitions, namely Timajo, Ubaldo, and Yutok. Let's see what sort of impact they might bring in this game. As the tip going to the side of Davao Occidental. This is Chris De Chavez getting it to Janser Salubre, who's been playing better of late para dito sa Tigers. Agovida facing up, takes that 3, no good. Arboleda grabs the offensive rebound, but they turn the ball over. Del Timajo galing lang sa Paranaque. Ubaldo Handoff to Jay Yutok. Tightly guarded by Jancher Salubre. 8 seconds on their shot clock. Turnover din ang nangyari doon sa possession ng Marikina. Susugod si Keith Agovida. Can't hit it. And Escoto grabs the rebound.
Well, both these teams starting off a little bit sluggish here. As wala pa nakaka-field goal make for both teams. Well, Davao's been doing pretty good playing the passing lanes, getting a steal in that last situation. Really couldn't knock down the shots on their end of the floor.
Leo Timajo, last played for Marikina in Season 5. And now returns to his home team. Here's De Chavez to Jancher Salubre. At the post, Arboleda. 8 on their shot clock. Agovida from the free throw line. 0 out of 3 so far para dito kay Keith Agovida.
When they're getting their looks, and they're really not just making them. And you're not surprised na napakaraming tinitirang 3 points nitong Davao because they're actually 7th when it comes to 3-point makes, roughly about 8 per game. But in so far as makes from that area right now, wala pang naipapasok itong Davao.
Timajo sa poste, ilalabas papunta kay Jetro Escoto, fires a 3. Can't get it to fall. Another rebound by Harold Arboleda. Both teams have yet to score. Now 2 minutes gone by in the first period. Agovida to Arboleda. De Chavez, no hesitation, fires, no. Agovida, wala pa din. Agovida has missed his first 4 shots from the field. Davao though getting the offensive board. Joseph Terzo really took that shot on his way down.
Boy, missed shot after missed shot para dito sa dalawang team na ito. In quite a while, we still haven't had a field goal yet.
Escoto bumps into his own teammate, Carl Peñano. 3-on-1 fast break opportunity. Agovida back to Terzo. And finally, Davao Occidental gets themselves on the board here.
Oh, that really good feed by Keith Agovida. Even that fast break, hindi ganun ka-smooth, ano? Medyo nakikita mong hindi katulad ng mga ibang mga previous fast breaks in the previous games nitong Davao. And so, is it a matter of calibration o yung biyahe papunta dito? Hopefully it's not. Another basket right here for Marikina to tie the game up.
Yutok gets the reverse. 2-all tayo. Agovida gets it to Jancher Salubre. Arboleda catching the pass. Popping out was Joseph Terzo. They swing the ball around. It finds that ball to Chris De Chavez, who can't hit that free. Escoto to Deo Timajo at the elbow. Peñano, yeah. Too many steps against Carl Peñano.
Yeah, clear travel there by Carl.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday Karaoke.
Just a beautiful feed by Keith Agovida to the waiting hands of Terzo. Again, not the prettiest looking fast break, but if it gets you your first 2 points, then why not?
Approaching the 6-minute mark of the first period. Arboleda against Deo Timao. Harold attacks and gets fouled. Enrile coming off the bench. One of 5 new acquisitions here for Marikina.
Right now, 3 new guys on the floor at the same time para dito sa Marikina. As you see, Harold Arboleda at the line.
Davao is dead last in terms of free throw attempts, or free throw makes, I should say, and second to the last in attempts. Only making a little above 10 free throws a contest. So not really getting to the line a lot itong Davao Occidental. Enrile, hand off to Yutok. Yutok pulls up. It pops out and Salubre grabs the rebound.
slow to set up the offense now para dito sa Davao. They want to be very methodical on this offensive set.
Salubre can't hit the free. So far, it's been a low-scoring affair. Both teams only one field goal each. Arboleda slides in. Great pass. Agovida can't finish.
This has not been a good start for both teams.
High arcing shot this time by Salubre. Bounces out. Agovida. 6 straight misses. And eventually, a foul called on the Tigers.
Well, you'd understand Marikina for being medyo, trying to calibrate themselves, medyo out of sync because of the new guys that's in. Pero Davao pretty much, almost all of the guys, I think all the guys have already played alongside each other in the previous games. Pero this struggle to start, very uncharacteristic of the Davao Tigers.
Nem de la Cruz coming this time off the bench. Timaho facing up. Can't nail the jumper. Ubaldo slides in and scores off that putback.
Really just staying in there, being patient, waiting for that time when that ball falls in his hands on an offensive rebound and that good stick back as well.
Arboleda gives it up to Agovida. Joseph Terzo off the dribble, floats it up and gets it to trickle in.
Good move by Joseph Terzo. So far, he's the leading scorer, no? Para dito sa Davao Tigers, he got a couple already. That time unassisted, had to create his own shot.
Leo Timaho, pass inside, Enrile did not catch it cleanly. Turnover again against the Shoemasters. Terzo. Bounce pass inside. Shot on its way from Jancher Salubre.
Very close to a travel si Salubre doon on that basket cut from the corner. Good find though by Terzo and a good recovery as well by Salubre. Oh, what a move.
Jetro Escoto escaping and scoring. Marikina down by 2 points, 8-6. Joseph Terzo nagtitimon para sa Davao Occidental. Keith Agovida gives it up to Jancher Salubre, guarded by Nem de la Cruz. Terzo, shot clock winding down, puts up a three, no good. Enrile with a rebound.
Oh, just below 20% shooting para dito sa Davao and just a 33% field goal make for Marikina. The struggle is real for both these teams.
And it continues, a miss from Enrile from the outside. De la Cruz, 8 on their shot clock. Nem de la Cruz puts it up, no good. Enrile though slides in for the offensive rebound, gets the basket plus a foul.
And so far, itong Marikina has gotten 6 points from their second chance opportunity. Just really staying active after a shot is made or attempt is made by their teammate. And that time around, and really able to recover with that offensive rock. Another stick back para dito sa Marikina.
So Dandelion Enrile will shoot to the line. Chance to give itong Marikina the lead. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. John Lee Valen, Noel Bonleon, and Ricky Peromingan coming in. Lamang ang Marikina 9-8. Josh Tagala at Raymart Escobedo nasa loob na rin. So a completely different unit right now for the Tigers. And you notice Jeff Comia not with Davao at the moment. That's a big loss as De La Cruz will get it across the half-court line para dito sa Marikina, guarded by Tricky Peromingan. Ubaldo gives it up. Landayan, 9 on their shot clock. Binabantayan ni Josh Tagala. Landayan spins. Fades away off the glass. Wala. De La Cruz, hook shot. Wala pa din. He got blocked on that initial shot by John Lee Valin.
A good defense by John Lee Valin. Another offensive rebound and stick back, pero yung depensa ni Valin able to stop that. Now it's the Tigers' turn. You gotta score now.
Dandelio Enrile nahuling nakakapit sa shorts ni Noel Bonleon. Second foul already for Enrile. We have a game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Little point series action coming out of Princeton offense. They rejected that pin down. Instead, went to that slip. Corner guy did not go over, so just freely that open spot for them to score underneath.
Bonleon, the cut by Tagala, but can't get that one to go. De La Cruz
Good
using
screen.
that Kudal screen, floats it up, but can't get it in. Under a minute left here in the first period. Peromingan puts it up. Yamzon, the rebound for Marikina.
Somehow nararamdaman mo itong Tigers. Their shots have been pretty tentative, you know.
Oo.
Even outside, that last shot by Tricky, he was pretty much free. Pero somehow you can't tell from the rhythm and the body language that he intended to take that shot. We see a foul call underneath.
De La Cruz. He's guarding Josh Tagala earlier.
And Tagala was trying to corner empty fill. And going to the weak side corner, he got fouled on his way.
30 seconds left here in the first period. Escobedo lines it up from the corner. Mong Basco the rebound. Bola na agaw ni Tricky Peromingan. Yamzon gives up that foul. That's their last foul to give of the quarter.
Well, if you're Yamzon and you're trying to defend, and this is pretty much your very first time here, you got to do better defensively. You just can't just keep grabbing players that beat you on the offensive side.
19.2 seconds remaining here. Peromingan peeks at the clock. They will look to take the final shot of the quarter in hopes of getting the lead. Valin cuts. Kick out. Tagala buries a triple. Landayan from behind the half-court line. Can't get it. First quarter comes so close. And so far, it's been a bit sloppy on both sides of the floor for these two squads in the first quarter, Coach Mike.
And the only thing that you see pretty much really good would be offensive rebounding para dito sa Marikina. The shots have been a struggle for both. Marikina shooting 26%, Davao shooting only 15%. The key differentiator roughly would be their second chance opportunities, to which a lot of the points have really come from Marikina. That's 7-0 in that department, favoring Marikina.
And Davao with that three-point shot by Josh Tagala, they were able to cap off this quarter. And what has been a low-scoring affair, both teams shooting below 30% and have yet to hit a free. And as a result, Davao with a 2-point lead, 11-9 at the end of quarter number 1.
Conversion. Therefore, our official score is 9 for Marikina, 10 for Davao.
Okay, there was a correction on that last field goal by Josh Tagala. Initially ruled a free. His right foot was on the line. So upon the review of our game officials, they downgraded to a 2-point field goal. So our score heading into quarter number 2 is 10-9. Davao with a 1-point lead.
ng both these teams. The hope is that you shoot better now in the second quarter. Dapat at paano nawala na yung konting rusty start between these two. Right off the bat, you start off with the turnover.
Oh, traveling agad laban dito sa Marikina. At nakita mo yung field goal shooting, Coach Mike, combined 8 out of 35 ang dalawang kupunan.
Oh, sobrang baba nga yan. And talagang hirap both teams to execute. If not for those offensive rebounds, you see finally tricky Perumingan letting go of a really good looking shot. Might be the best looking shot so far we've seen in this game.
12-9, Davao Occidental with a 3-point lead. Piamzon pulls it back out. Mongbasco 5 on their shot clock. Landayan, this offense really nowhere going here. Landayan tried to bail them out with a free but can't get it to go. Escobedo gives it up to Noel Bonleon. 3-point shot, no. Both teams have yet to hit a free. This is Nem de la Cruz. Pass intercepted by Davao Occidental.
Galing na pagkaka-play sa passing lanes nitong Davao. Simula pa ng first quarter, they had 5 steals in the first quarter alone. Well, really, other side of the floor, you gotta be more efficient than you've been performing itong Tigers.
Escobedo drops it to John Lee Valen, who floats it up and in.
Already had a shot, chose to give it up to Valen. And thankfully for Valen, he was able to put it back in and score.
5-point lead for the Tigers. Landayan navigating through that screen, but a moving one at that. Offensive foul ang itatawag laban kay Stephen Cudal. This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Right off in that action, you know, Tricky might have thought that sasabay itong si Marlon Basco, but Marlon Basco did not. And good thing that Valin was ready to collect that and make that basket.
Meanwhile, let's check in with Miss Naira Punsalan.
After a tough loss to Pasay, Coach Arvin Bonleon went straight to work correcting their lapses. Aminado siya na kinapas talaga sila sa pag-sustain ng energy throughout the game, which proved costly in the crucial moments. This week, finocus talaga nila ang tightening ng transition defense and making sure the team stays sharp from start to finish. Hindi pwedeng strong start lang, dapat tuloy-tuloy hanggang dulo, said Coach Arvin. With the return of key players and renewed intensity during training, Davao is locked in and eager to bounce back with a stronger and more consistent showing. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And just as were you reporting about dito sa Davao, itong Marikina, able to make some headway. That's a great shot plus a foul from Angeles. Isa na namang bagong muka para dito sa Marikina Shoemasters.
Yes, and in both situations on those attempts, pretty much catch up yung depensa ng Tigers doon. They got beat by Landayan on that outlet, able to block it, but another guy in Angeles able to secure that leather and get those 2 points in.
We have a timeout by Davao Occidental. Their lead has been trimmed down to 2, 14-12. Special. We have here Maung Basco para dito sa Marikina Shoemasters and trying to catch up against Davao Occidental as we have a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. At ito, para yung kupunan, hirap na may pasok yung bola sa rim. And you see here, turnover story. 10 na laban dito sa Marikina, resulting to 12 turnover points for Davao Occidental. But Davao hasn't really able to separate themselves, Coach Mike, because Marikina is +8 in terms of rebounding.
Agree. Mukhang doon lang nga bumabawi itong Marikina, yung offensive rebounds at second chance opportunities. That's a 10-0 advantage para dito sa Marikina. And Davao hasn't gotten any second chance points yet, pero playing in the passing lanes that we discussed earlier, where they got roughly about 5 steals in the first quarter alone. They were able to convert this into points to their advantage. And yung 10 turnover na yun, napakabigat. And so if you're Marikina, kailangan maging masinop ka sa mga pasan ninyo dahil for the most part, Davao is really playing the passing lanes and getting deflections and turning it into points on their end.
3-point shot. Ayun, tres na talaga yung pinakawalan doon ni Josh Tagala. First 3-point conversion for either team. Because before that, they were a combined 0 out of 13 from beyond the arc. Sasagutin din naman yan ni Jay Yutok. So each team having 1 3-pointer each.
So far, the best exchange that we've seen here. Both couple of 3-pointers for Davao and Marikina respectively, and Tagala's been pretty good. He's got 5 points already in this game, and leading all scorers para sa Tigers. Second to him would be Tercer's got 4.
1 out of 11 ang Davao Occidental from beyond the arc. Shot will not work from Angeles. Foul called on Davao Occidental. This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
But for one thing, sigurado nagulat sila na biglang tumira from that area. Si Yutok. And they were pretty surprised. They thought there was going to be more extra dribbles as he heads closer to the line. They were pretty much late. And again, Davao failing to secure the defensive rebound, but again, they come back and steal the ball. Fast break on their end.
Tiki Perumingan can't finish. Yutok inside. Kick out pass to Steven Angeles. Poste. Carl Peñano laban kay Bonleon. Peñano hook shot. It's good.
Ibang klase rin talaga ang sipag nitong ni Peñano. It's for about 17 minutes per game. They're their third leading rebounder. And second best when it comes to offensive rebounds. Kaya marunong gumamit ng katawan no? Pag nasa loob na ng paint. Ito si Carl.
Bonleon can't get it to go. Angeles. Wow, can't finish. Bonleon puts it up. And not much numbers there on that trip para dito sa Davao Occidental. And we are tied 17 apiece. Marikina sues for time with 5 minutes and 19 seconds left. We'll be back after the short break. Still here at the Brenzy Hiao Convention Center. And we have Carl Peñano. Last game against Caloocan, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 44.4% shooting from the field, 50% from the line. And for more on Carl Peñano, let's turn you over to Lyra Punsalan.
Carl Peñano remains one of the most dependable forces for Marikina, especially now that the team is undergoing another phase of adjustment with 5 new additions. Carl takes pride in representing his city and sets the tone through effort, plays, defense, and quiet leadership, with Coach Jello emphasizing a stronger local core. Carl said he just wants to keep doing his job and help the team build better chemistry. Di kailangan maging maingay, basta tumulong. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And, that's the name of the game for Carl Peñano. He does the dirty work, everything the team needs. And alam niya, karamihan ng mga kakampi niya ngayon, mga talagang homegrown dito. So even though he is one of the mainstays this season, he's still trying to blend in just to help his team, Coach Mike.
Oo, pero clearly yung ano dyan, yung contribution ni Carl Peñano, he's been very consistent, and I love that he talks about being, a quiet leader in the team, and really just letting his game speak for himself. I mean, pretty much every game, there's going to be that stretch and that run and that stat that Carl can actually contribute positively for the team. It's just that the other guys got to follow his lead. And in order for them to really be performing a little bit better in every game that they play.
Keith Agovida with his first field goal after 7 tries, giving the lead back to Davao Occidental. That's a 3-point shot from Stephen Angeles. And
so far, the threes have been, a couple of threes going in for Marikina right now. Pretty decent at 2 of 7, pero 1 of 11. Talagang mahirap nga naman yun para sa Davao if you're gonna score that way from 3.
Pero Mingan draws closer, but he was called for a traveling violation. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And another timeout requested by the Davao Occidental Tigers. Nakalamang na ang Marikina dito, 20-19. And one of the mainstays of the Davao Occidental Tigers, Keith Agovida. Last game against Pasay, 16 points, 8 rebounds. 14 of his points came in that second half, saan naghabol sila doon. Because if you remember that game, it was a tight contest in the first half. Lumayo yung Pasay in the third. Davao Occidental made their run in the fourth, and it was Keith Agovida at the forefront of that comeback attempt by the Davao Occidental Tigers.
And I don't think this season we've seen a peaking Keith Agovida. He's only played in 6 games, started in 4 of them. Pero makikita mo yung impact niya sa laro. He's the second best when it comes to most minutes played. His points is 10.5 points per game, and leader in steals and rebounds, as well as steals with 7.7 and 1.7 respectively. And so you kind of see how much of an impact Keith Agovida could have in a game as you see him drive down the lane. Only because he's a good basketball player that's got good control of his feet and pretty much stays composed in every game that they play. And without him, for the most part, it's really Jeff Comey who's taken over that lead para dito sa Davao Tigers.
Bola na agaw ng Davao Occidental. 23-21 Marikina with a 2-point lead. Perso fires from beyond the arc and buries it for Davao Occidental.
And you like, if you're the Davao Tigers, you like that the threes starting to fall here, that this might just be your second 3-point attempt, so rather in the game. Dapat tatlo na, nakaapak lang sa linya kanina yung kay Tagala, no? And the hope is that the shooting performs better para dito sa Tigers.
Yutok gets it from 20 feet. Balik ang lamang sa Marikina, 25-24, 7 points for Jay Yutok.
Pretty good from the fields, 3 out of 5. Itong si Yutok understands where to shoot and when to pick his spots. Good skip.
Libreng-libre si Chris De Chavez, but can't nail that 3. Stephen Angeles, the homegrown, gets it inside to Carl Peñano, can't finish. By homegrown, I mean taga Pampanga. Ito si Stephen Angeles.
Well, Angeles twice already. He's run that side of the floor, that right side, and really on both occasions, he went that very same finish of trying to land on a 2-foot stop and that leaner on the right side of a layup. And on both occasions, he failed to score. So maybe a little bit closer in that attempt if you're Angeles that time.
Under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Tricky Perumingan with the basket. Oh, sorry, that was Keith Agovida, I should say.
Good find by Keith, left side of the floor. Ito, maganda yung palitan ngayon ng scoring dito. So much improved from how they started the game early in the first quarter.
27-26, lamang ang Marikina ulit. Harold Arboleda. Off the basketball, there was a foul whistled against Jetro Escoto.
Escoto was actually trying to beat Keith Agovida to a spot who was on its way to what's called a shuffle cut, when you cut from the wing, strong side wing to the weak side wing rather to the strong side post. After ma-vacate yung spot na yon, so alam na ni Escoto, scouted na rin niya, so inunahan niya and got into that foul.
Dandelion Enrile comes in for Jay Yuto, providing some quality minutes for Marikina. Perso on the right side. Agovida initially offering that screen. Now he catches the pass against Peñano. 1 second left on the shot clock. Did Chavez able to nail that three under the wrist?
There's a shooter right there that knows nothing when it comes to pressure, especially clock winding down on you. Chris is always going to be in good rhythm, especially from outside.
Casajeros puts it up from free, off to the right. 27 seconds remaining here in the second period. Agovida has made his last 3 field goals after going 0 of 6 to begin. He swing the ball around. Salubre, 6 seconds left. Agovida back to Salubre. 3-point shot on its way. Wala pa din. Forward pass Peñano to Deo Timajo with 4 seconds remaining. And a foul given up by Salubre. Just their third team foul.
And Salubre really trying to chase on that outlet. This one was the 3 before the clock buzzer of the 24 got off.
And Marikina will use their remaining timeout here in the first half as they try to draw up a play with 4 seconds left. We'll be back after this short break. Vixer fan of the game, born for greatness. At 4 na segundo na lalabik dito sa ating pangalawang yugto. And some fans have entered the building here at the Brenziyao Convention Center. At, this is the first game of our Tuesday triple header. Marikina laban sa Davao Occidental. Marikina chance to tie or take the lead with the basket here. Enrile, hindi nakita si R.R. Casajeros na libre on the other side as he took that shot, well challenged. And the second quarter comes to a close. Keith Agovida with a putrid start but has recovered for the Davao Occidental Tigers, giving them a 2-point lead at the half, 29-27.
I came from nothing. Just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bawat Pilipino nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story. And the best is yet to come.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way off and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he finds the straight left hand. And there's the punching now. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Lastimosa, foot on the line. Still no go, and Larry Rodriguez doing a terrific
What a
job.
pass.
Wow! And Tolentino with a finish. Saktong-sakto.
I don't know who that was, but it looked to be Larry Patrick Mahomes Rodriguez.
Hindi ba Tom Brady yun? What a pass.
Ang mahirap pa sa pasa na yon, got the rebound in traffic, halos malapit na siya dun sa baseline, no, sa linya ng binyan. But the look ahead sa kabilang court, and obviously yung pag-execute ng pasa.
Pinan went too early. Gives an opportunity for Batangas, but Keith Pido getting the steal. Enough time for Pasig City. 5 seconds remaining. Manalang gets it back. Warlo Batak. Tax Bindel lays it up and in to beat the buzzer.
The young Warlo Batak making the right decision, not going for the three-point shot. He knew that he had it in him to be able to beat the clock by attacking the basket and still getting a high percentage shot.
Turco, it ends up as a turnover. Takbo si Jeff Comia. Comia stays in control, and Comia with a beautiful finish.
Sometimes you think that he's already out of control, but he really is in control. Gets another wily shot right there to not just entertain the crowd here, but to also extend this Davao lead.
Ano ba yun? Semi-Smithy ba yun?
Yeah, looking one way and going the other.
Moralde misses the layup.
Trying to fish for a foul, 2-on-1 coming up.
Sumido! Oh, Lander Cannon.
Pumatay ng lamok dun sa palpal na yun. Kita mo naman yung palpal na to, determinado. Uy, back-to-back blocks yun, ha?
Oh, dalawa.
By Mr. Cannon.
Well, Cannon has had a few highlights this season, no? Yung mga palpal niya.
Forward pass Perumingan to Chauca. Back to Tricky. Behind the back. Oh, what a pass to Sam Peralta for the deuce.
Practically a give and go. Tricky Perumingan gives it up to Val Chauca, then gets it back, and then another pass, a spectacular one behind the back to Sam Peralta.
Thompson as well.
Sa laki ni Kamson, no? Oftentimes he would expect a strong finish. That time, little finesse.
Caballero finds Kamson! Basket and one. What a pass from Caballero to Eric Kamson. Terrific finish galing kay Eric
So,
Kamson.
itong kombinasyon na to by Keanu and Eric ngayong gabi has been really effective.
Just went through it. The defense. Oh!
What a shot to beat the buzzer. How about that from Kit Jimenez?
Kit Jimenez already with a bunch of points in this game. Still 3 seconds. That definitely is gonna count para kay Kit Jimenez.
John Fa with a steal. 8 minutes left. John Fa switching hands in midair, and now has established his new career high of 26 points.
Determined, this kid, he will move heaven and earth just to try and carry his team. After that missed basket, you get the stop again. But now, it's back to a 60-point lead.
Wow! Where did that come from? Lawrence Paul Victoria gliding, hanging, and finishing. Look
Wow.
at this move.
Woo-wee! Me, oh my. Lawrence Paul Victoria.
Yan ang inaabangan ng mga tao dito.
Nabuhay ang Pasay Astrodome.
Castro with the ball. 4-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. Cuevas drives. It's short. Osicos to Espiritu. And Bulacan with a chance to win this game. Sumido. 5 seconds. JR Sumido with the runner. Oh! JR Sumido with a basket to give Bulacan the lead and possibly their first win of the season.
Kakaiba yung tapang na pinakita ni JR Sumideron. But this running shot, momentum carrying him to the left side, could be the possible game winner.
Big time plays from the Kuyas here down the stretch.
Halftime score po natin, 29 for the Davao Occidental Tigers, 27 para naman sa Marikina Shoemasters. A low-scoring first half and lalo nung first quarter, Coach Mike, no, both teams shot below 30%. It was 11-9 at the end of the first 10 minutes. Medyo nag-pick up nung second quarter but, you know, Davao Occidental just having their way in terms of turning turnovers into points here.
Yeah, both teams have had stat lines which they use to their advantage in this game. Itong Davao Occidental pretty much defensively, causing 13 turnovers to which they got 17 points out of those turnovers that they forced. Samantala ito ng mga Marikina was able to get 26 rebounds and 8 of them offensive to which they got 10 second chance points off of it. So really taking care of the board. That's really more of Marikina, but taking care of the passing lanes, that's pretty much been the area para dito sa Davao.
Joseph Terso leading the way for Davao Occidental with 7 points. Steven Angeles with 9. He is from Pampanga. Played for Letran, Steven Angeles. This is his very first game with the Marikina Shoemasters. And making quite an entry. Perhaps medyo inspired, no? Dahil nandito siya ngayon sa kanyang hometown, Pampanga. Home province, I should say.
Yes, agree. And it's always very special if you're playing in your hometown and when your friends, relatives, kaklase, kaibigan, napakalapit para panoorin ka.
We have a foul immediately to begin the third quarter. So the 5 on the floor for Davao Occidental. Keith Agovida, Raymart Escobedo, Harold Arboleda, Joseph Terso, and Chris De Chavez. No Jeff Comia today for the Davao Occidental Tigers, as that shot will not work for Raymart Escobedo. Enrile, that floater will fall short, leading to this layup again by Keith Agovida.
Now, this start of the third quarter looking more like a game that Davao Tigers would play. I mean, getting rebounds and pushing the ball. Harold Alboleda earlier feeding off Keith Agovida. Now they were able to secure the defensive board. No offensive rebounds already twice for Marikina. And offensively, they're setting up itong Tigers.
Chavez, long free, it's good.
2 out of 2 on their last 2 attempts. Better field goal shooting to start the third para dito sa Tigers.
Davao Occidental making their move here to begin the third period. Deo Timaho. Cross-court pass to Gentro Escoto. Bounce pass. Enrile, third time he tried that shot. And coming away empty again.
Very uncharacteristic for all 3 shots to be coming from the very same spot, from the very same guy, and going 0 out of 3. You like to think at that point, if you missed a couple, then hahanap ka na ng kakampi mong libre sa kabilang side ng floor.
Peñano able to gather himself and banks it in, cuts the lead down to 5, 34-29.
47% from the perimeter, and a lot of that has to do with shots pretty much inside the paint.
Yeah.
Masipag itong si Carl Peñano. He's undersized pero kayang pumalag against the bigger guys.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
And now it's just the second fast break para dito sa Davao. They had one earlier in the first half, and very early here in the third, they got another one, which is pretty much how they play. They are actually ranked number 8 in terms of fast break with almost 17 fast break points per game.
Agovida missing that shot. 4 out of 5 after missing the first 6 field goal attempts. Ito si Keith Agovida. Davao with the 5-point lead. Arboleda bringing the ball down against Nem De La Cruz. De La Cruz has yet to score para dito sa Marikina. 0 of 4. Escobedo get into the paint. Agovida powers through.
Not good spacing on that drive. It was pretty much that lane was covered. Pero Agovida able to pick up that ball and turn it into 2 points.
Atake si Nem De La Cruz inside. Peñano with a big boy move. Basket and 1.
And really just staying consistent to what he's been saying all along.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Well, right there, Nem de la Cruz got past the defense of Harold Arboleda, saw that secondary help defense of Keith Agovida, and really just left it off for Carl Peñano in the lane. Oh, nobody on Keith.
Libre sa kabila. Si Keith Agovida.
And that really is not acceptable if you're Marikina. Somebody's got to cover the other guy. Especially up there, that side of the floor.
Deo Timaho on the other side with a basket. Someone's going to be warned for delay of game here. Jay Utok comes in for Marikina.
Joseph Terce just got a warning for throwing that ball out of frustration after that made basket by Deo Timaho.
38-33, 5-point lead. Escobedo laban kay Jome Landayan. Double team comes from Deo Timaho. Agovida gets it to Harold Arboleda. 10 on their shot clock. Terzo. Now it's Utok in front of him. Now it's Arboleda taking that three. Can't get it to go. And a foul called underneath the basket. Or actually, it's a double foul before that attempt by Keith Agovida.
Well, one could argue, I felt naked eye, at least from what we saw, that quick of an action. Mukhang si Ubaldo yung kumapit kay, kay Keith Agovida. Keith was really lifting for that offensive rebound. We'll see it right here. He was the one that's getting held up. And Ubaldo really just released his arm once Keith got that tip.
And it results into a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the side of the Marikina Shoemasters. 5-point lead for the Tigers. Timaho this time from free, as in his last two baskets. Deo Timaho.
Well, sure, Deo Timaho thinking more aggressive scoring here. He's got 5 so far in this quarter.
Travel whistled against Keith Agovida.
And all of Timaho's 5 points have really come here in the third.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
See that good catch and shoot situation for Deo. Defense sagging off, not taking on him from 3, not respecting his 3, and so he took it.
Pero mid-range operator talaga to si Deo Timaho but can hit the occasional 3. Now he goes at the post. Also one of his weapons. But as he made his move, ball off his knee at ang possession mapupunta sa panig ng Davao Occidental.
Yeah, pretty much agree. For the most part, makikita mo yan, more perimeter gaming ito si Timaho. And so, just a good shot in that opportunity. Chris De Chavez though.
Yan talaga gusto niya gawin. Hit freeze. And Chris De Chavez with 9 points. All coming from beyond the arc. 3 out of 6 so far. And Steven Angeles got blocked by Jancher Salubre. This was Chris De Chavez with a long bomb. Utok, baseline drive. Landayan. Kick out. Timaho is open, but can't get it to fall from beyond the arc. Salubre gives it up to Escobedo. Raymart. Oh! Raymart Escobedo, despite being off balance, able to get that shot up and in.
Saw that space, deep right side, close to the rim, chased it, got it, and just became creative on that finish.
Ubaldo natapikan sa likod. Turnover. Landayan gives up that foul to prevent that fast break. Check out this kickster, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Apat na depensa yung dinaanan nun bago finish going glass. Hirap nga nun.
And someone's gonna be substitution lang pala.
Checking in for the gymnastics. Warning of the gymnastics number 2. Ace comes on for violating the
7-point lead, 4
protocol.
minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the third period. Salubre will trigger it in for Davao Occidental. Terzo near the half-court line against Deo Timao. Then Chavez, same spot, same result. Another made three-pointer.
And just when you thought that they were going for that backdoor cut that side of the floor, they just swung it back on a ball reversal with the waiting hands of Christy Chavez for that knockdown three.
Yutok answers with an inside incursion. A total of 9 points for Jay Yutok. Came from Mindoro. Ito si Jay Yutok. Salubre, straight line to the cup. Lays it up and in.
Ganda rin ang nilalaro ni Salubre, ano?
Oh yeah. 48-38. Timaho gets to his spot and nails that mid-range jumper.
Yeah, that pretty much is where he scores a lot. Anything on the perimeter, 15 feet in.
48-40 as we approach 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Terzo, no look pass to the left side. Pero Mingan, his shot bounces out. Yutok against Harold Arboleda. Having trouble dealing with that pressure defense. He gives up the rock. Pero bumagsak si Salubre. Counter steal para dito sa Marikina. Timaho lines it up from free. Rolls out. Yutok there for the stick back.
Wow, that was a 3-on-1 situation, really leaving Ricky Parimingan by himself to defend against all those dark shirts. And if you're the Tigers, you gotta be better than that, executing that side of the floor.
Arboleda now to Ricky Peromingan. Back to Harold. Up top. 4 on their shot clock. Peromingan for free. No good. Timaho with the rebound. Fires a pass to Jay Yutok. 3-on-3 fast break. Yutok falls down on the floor as Terzo went for the steal.
He's got an open Tiamson on that left side. And Yutok did not give it up. He was trying to find a way na tahiin yung depensa, no? But again, basketball really is about finding the least guarded guy, which happens to be Tiamson in that situation. If you give him that ball, that defense gonna rotate, and there's gonna be open spaces for you to attack back.
All right, we have a timeout with 1 minute and 52 left. 6-point lead for Davao Occidental.
Bagong saltaman sa Marikina, feel at home na daw agad si Jay Yutok ng Marikina with 3 years of MPBL experience under his belt. Sanay na raw siya sa galawan ng liga pero this time it's all about making his new team proud. Great opportunity talaga ito for me, he shared. Lalo na't mas may role daw siya ngayon at mas nagagamit sa rotation. Jay embraces the responsibility with confidence and focus. Alam niyang hindi lang ito basta lipat. This is a chance to show what he's really capable of. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And Jay Yutok is the lone guy in double figures right now for Marikina with 11 points. Has bounced around. Kaagaling nga lang niya sa Mindoro this season. Also had a stint with Manila inside. And basket para dito kay Noel Bonleon. Davao Occidental with an 8-point lead, 50-42.
So far, Yutok has been pretty good in this game. He's got 11 on a 5 of 8 shooting. And he's contributed well to the cause of the Shoemasters. Deo again for 3.
That time, no good. Jump zone, got blocked. Gets it back. Timaho gets past the defense, couldn't finish. Salubre in transition. Janser Salubre high off the glass. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, it's a 2-on-2 situation. One guy on the ball handler. The other guy being Trico Permingan holding that corner 3. Forcing that defender of Tricky to pick who he chooses. Whether that driving Salubre or him on the 3. Salubre says, you're not taking him, I'm going to rack it straight up to the back.
This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. From Santa Maria, Davao Occidental, Janser Salubre attended college at the University of Mindanao, Digos. Making his 2 shots from the line. 52-42 is our score. Davao Occidental, their first taste of a double-digit lead in this game. Pasajeros, that layup not working well for him, and a foul given up by RR, and they are in penalty.
Number 22, RR Pasajeros penalty.
So free throws coming up.
Yeah, this will be free throws the other end for Davao. Bonleon got a basket earlier, and now he's on the stripe.
Shooting 2, Noel Bonleon.
Head of Operations, Emer Oreta. Head of Security, Rudy Distrito. And Commissioner Captain Marbel, Kenneth Dorendes. Pasok yung unang free throw ni Noel Bonleon. Perfect at the line so far in Davao, 5 out of 5. And that's 6 out of 6. Steven Angeles gives it up to RR Casajeros. Nem de la Cruz attacks. Baseline drive. It ends up with Steven Angeles. Lines it up from 3. Thought he got fouled. De la Cruz inside. Where the friendly bounce to get the basket.
And then De La Cruz, again, just hanging in there. And very rarely do they get second chance points. Speaking of the Tigers, matter of fact, that's their first second chance point. Or rather, that's Marikina rather. That's their 14th second chance point.
Si Ubaldo naman ang tutungo sa free throw line dito for the Shoemasters. Raymart Escobedo comes in for Joseph Terzo.
Somehow nalulusutan talaga itong Davao nitong Marikina pagdating sa offensive rebounding. And you give up so much offensive rebounds. You know, you're giving them other opportunities to score.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
And 15 of the 39 rebounds para dito sa Marikina have all been offensive rebounds.
12.3 seconds left here in the third period. Escobedo. Release pass to Permingan. Salubre. 5 on the game clock. Escobedo spins baseline. Tries that shot. Oh, Permingan swoops in and gets a putback. They will review this one.
That looked pretty close.
Yeah.
And that seems to be good, at least from the naked eye.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. He got it off in time, yeah.
Yeah, should count.
Off with his bag of tricks, Permingan. Skying high for that putback and giving Davao its biggest lead again at 10 points. Highlights of the game, din sa atin yan ng Zip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
So much better scoring start para dito sa Davao at the start of third quarter. Threes and Deo Tumaho getting in the act. And even the shooting of Chris De Chavez really just coming off pin downs, knocking down shots. And that basket put back by Davao Tigers was actually their first second chance point for this game.
10-point lead for Davao heading into the fourth over Marikina. So with us here at the Brenzy Yao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga, as we check out the fan outfit of the game that's brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. This is the first game of our Tuesday slate.
Fourth quarter.
A trio of South versus North Division matchups. Una na dyan ang Davao Occidental laban sa Marikina. As that jumper by Timaho rolls out. Quarter scoring natin. Mababa yung output ng magkabilang kupunan. Combined 19 points in the first. It picked up in the second period, 19-18 for Davao Occidental. And then plus 8 naman ang Davao in the third. This was Neo Timaho getting the basket. A bonus free throw coming up after that foul.
Laki rin ang improvement pagdating sa scoring ng Tigers in that third quarter. They're the first team to at least come close to a 30-point quarter in this match. But if you're Marikina, you love that your production has also gone up. But you have to be able to go back to that really good offensive rebounding and put back quarter in the first for you to be able to come back. You got to defend against the Tigers too.
De Chavez. Not close on that shot. Salubre, that putback does not work. Agovida got bumped. Nauuna si Escoto pero hindi naibigay ni Ubaldo. Timaho to Escoto. Ubaldo cuts. Kick out. Intended for Casajeros. Was broken up by Janshir Salubre.
Yeah, Ubaldo had a mismatch right there. He was going up against Ricky Permingan. He's got that momentum going down, but chose to locate shooters outside. Sometimes you have to, size up where you are on the floor and the defense that's right in front of you. But it's enough for you to take a shot, or you have to kick it out.
Peñano, hook shot. Carl Peñano with 8 points.
And nobody's been able to stop Carl Peñano right now. He's getting his thing on the floor. He's 4 out of 6. And he's had 8 rebounds, 4 of them coming from offensive board. He got a steal too.
56-51. Escobedo off to the right. Escoto inside to Ubaldo. Kick out. Timaho. Quick catch and shoot. Can't get it to go. Tatakbo ang Davao Occidental. They've got numbers here. Agovida goes up strong and got bumped on his way up by R.R. Casajeros.
Grabe rin nagiging effort ni Agovida talaga. Makikita mo, a big man that's running the lanes with you on the fast break. He really just wants to take advantage on that side.
Former GRU heavy bomber Keith Agovida missing on the first free throw. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer.
Substitution, YouTube for R.R. Casajeros.
And reinforcements coming in. Jay Yutok returns for Marikina. Arboleda naman para sa Davao Occidental. Papalitan muna si Janshir Salubre. 6-point lead for Davao, 57-51. Bola mananatili sa panig ng Marikina as we approach the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Deotimajo, Ubaldo, Carl Peñano, Jay Yutok, and Jetro Escoto, the unit now for the Shoemasters. Escobedo gets the steal. Attracts the defense, kicks it out to Tricky Peromingan, who hits the side of the backboard. And a foul called on Marikina.
Nelson Ubaldo. So he was jockeying position against Harold Arboleda. On a 1-4 flat, baseline out of bounds here. Should get a corner exit from, there you go, Tricky.
Peromingan puts it on the deck. Agovida, short stab, will not work. Ubaldo, bounce pass. Deotimajo lays it up and in. No, what I'm observing here from Ubaldo, every time may chance siyang ipasa, he's a willing passer in transition.
Oh, yes. And pretty much parang ganun yung DNA niya, no? Hanap kung sino yung libre. Kaya kanina, yung isang drive niya, which I said he already had advantage. Parang pass-first mentality. Ito si Ubaldo.
Quietly has 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Yutok grabs his second rebound of the ball game, or actually his fourth rebound of the ball game. Ubaldo can't hit the shot. Timajo there for the stick back. Deo Timajo with 10 points. (57-55). Dalawa lang ang kalamangan dito ng Davao Occidental. Agovida gives it up to Harold Arboleda. De Chavez from the left corner. No good. Offensive rebounds have been key so far for Davao Occidental. Already 11 offensive boards. 3 seconds left.
Missed shot.
Timajo lines it up. It's good for the lead.
He's definitely feeling it right now. Deo Timajo, he has only 2 points in the first half. So far, has been doing real good here in the second.
58-57. 1 point lead for Marikina. Peromingan tries to answer. It rolls out. Timajo collects his fourth rebound. Escoto at the controls against Tricky Peromingan. Now it's Yutok firing a three. Agovida clears it for Davao Occidental. Escobedo doesn't get the friendly bounce. Peñano with his 10th rebound. Escoto. Wala.
Oh, wow.
Sa loob. Ubaldo. Almost. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Both Carl Peñano and Ubaldo each have 10 rebounds as we check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioners.
Leo Timajo really is just staying active on the offensive end, scoring that time in transition. Well, kumusta naman tong matchup ni Ubaldo tsaka ni ni Harold Arboleda? I like that he's matching up really good with Harold.
Ubaldo, the lefty, cans the first free throw. Marikina with a 2-point lead. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer.
Halos very similar yung numbers nito ni Arboleda tsaka ni Ubaldo.
We have a timeout here with just past the halfway point of the fourth. Davao Occidental trailing by 2 points, 59-57. Coach Pedic di matulak. Later on, his team will face off against the rejuvenated Cebu team in a battle of two squads. Emer Oreta, Rudy Distrito, and Commissioner Kenneth Durendes are VIPs dito po sa Renzi Giao Convention Center. Marikina is gunning for another upset. Remember, they had that big win over Imus in Abra kamakailan lang this month. Or actually, that was during the last day of the month of May where they did that. And seeking to duplicate that feat against the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Actually, Marikina had very close losses in their first 6, 7, 8 games. You know, they lost just by 4 points to Manila, just 2 points to Pampanga, 3 points to Valenzuela, point to Zamboanga. That pretty much tells you may mga winnable games itong Marikina early in this season.
We have a coach's challenge requested here by Davao Occidental. We'll be back for the result.
Upon review, the challenge was inconclusive. Therefore, the challenge has been nullified, resulting to a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing Davao Occidental Tigers. Come alive.
Inconclusive challenge from Coach Arvin Bonleon. So, with 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Marikina with a 2-point lead. Davao with the possession here. Terso having trouble getting away from Jome Landayan, but Landayan a bit too handsy. Committed a foul.
And Terso was trying to create space separation between the both of them so he can go to that open spot on the floor and receive that inbound.
Salubre will bring the ball down for Davao Occidental. Terso. Arboleda with a catch. Agovida positioning himself down low. And great stand on defense by Marikina.
A good defensive stop against top scorer for Davao.
Timaho. And agawan sa bola between Landayan and Salubre. Jump ball situation. It will stay with the Marikina Shoemasters.
And so far, parang pag tinignan mo, almost everything inside the paint. Really more advantage para dito sa sa Marikina, while anything in the passing lanes works well for Davao.
And the new guys have contributed well. Jay Yutok, Deo Timaho, Ubaldo.
Right.
Now Ubaldo slides in and scores with that gorgeous feed from Deo Timaho.
Two things you like there. One, Deo Timaho was very patient in executing that two-man action middle of the lane. And two, you like that he put his trust on that rolling Obaldo. And Obaldo really just finishing off that good feed by Deo.
15 to 1/4 before that triple by Joseph Terzo. That's their first field goal of the period. And it took them almost 7 minutes to buy a bucket. Now they get a steal. Salubre, medyo nadulas pa siya doon, but able to regain his balance and score. Babalik ang labang sa Davao Occidental, 62-61.
Good 5-point swing there led by Terzo with that three and that good feed over to Salubre.
Yutok short. That's his own miss. Inside, Landayan had to adjust. The Chavez the rebound for the Tigers.
I think that they're gonna need Carl Peñano on the floor right now.
This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
I feel Marikina gotta go back to Carl Peñano. He's been their leader in terms of offensive rebounding alongside si Ubaldo. Both of them have 4 offensive rebounds. It's been nobody's checked him so far, but is right now seated on the bench.
Terzo seek to draw contact but makes it anyway from downtown.
Wow, a 3-point shooting display here by Terzo.
That's a great move as well by Jay Yutok. Managed to plant his pivot foot.
Terzo right now is 3 out of 4 from 3 and hit a couple here in the fourth. He's actually 2 out of 2 on his last 2 attempts.
65-63. Terzo makes his move. Lays it up and in. Joseph Terzo. Timaho gets the answer on the other side. 13 of his 20 points coming here in the fourth quarter. Did not score in the first half, Deo Timaho, and has poured it on here in the last 2 quarters.
19 points in all, or 20 rather, for Deo Timaho. And he just continues to take advantage of the defense that's put up on him. Pero itong si Terzo talaga nga naman trinabaho itong fourth quarter na to. If he's not making threes, he's getting assists and getting in the lane for those finishes.
We have a timeout. We'll pause for a break. Back with us here at the Brenzy Gao Convention Center. Joseph Terzo has scored all but 1 point here in the fourth quarter para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Has a total of 15 points. Isa lang ang lamang nila though because Marikina has kept on coming. Revitalized by this by 6 new players. Agovida got fouled. And he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
And Keith Agovida has carried this team for the most part until this fourth quarter show by Joseph Terzo. What you like about Terzo though is apart from scoring, it's the leadership on the floor.
This free throw, that's atin na Stream Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Not only has he been very efficient on the floor, shooting 6 of 9 from the field and 3 of 4 from 3, he's also gotten 7 assists. And so, a good balance of contribution para dito kay Joseph Terzo for the Tigers.
Agovida with 14 points, 5 rebounds, giving Davao Occidental a 2-point lead. Timaho at the post. Angeles, straight away free. No, Timaho with the rebound. Almost a steal. And a foul given up by Raymart Escobedo. Just their third team foul.
And that rebound by Timaho is the 22nd offensive rebound for Marikina. And, you're giving up so many of these offensive glass that you're giving opportunities for Marikina for a second crack at the basket.
That really has kept them in the game, especially in the first half.
That's right.
Di Majo, turnaround jumper. Bounces
look at
off
that.
the rim. Angeles. No good. Tiamzon there for the stick back. We are tied 68 all.
That's a couple of possessions where you actually collect about a couple or three offensive rebounds altogether. Air ball shot, they pick it up. And so they got another chance for points there.
Escobedo. Agovida. Another foul called on Marikina.
And Terzo telling the guys, you got to keep at it. You got to secure that box out and that rebound. Deadlocked at 68 with a minute and 8.
It's a long way to go.
Marikina committing 20 turnovers and collecting how much? 24 offensive rebounds already.
9 out of 11 from the line. Itong Davao Occidental.
Really almost half of those rebounds of Marikina coming from the offensive glass.
Marikina using one of their remaining timeouts with 68 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back. Next 3 games of the Davao Occidental Tigers on June 30. Kalaban nila ang Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers. On July 4, One Bataan Risers. And on the 10th of July, they will take on the reigning South Division champions, the Quezon Huskers. Medyo mabibigat yan yung mga kalaban itong Davao Occidental after this one, Coach Mike.
And, their next 3 games after that, they're getting Sarangani as well as Abra.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Yung magandang escape kanina ni Joseph on that layup down the lane. Na importante dito sa Tigers, if they make a shot attempt, be sure you box out and secure that defensive rebound.
And now they clear it on the left side of the floor.
Nice fake.
Shot on its way by Tiamzon. Can't get it to go. And Angeles and Yutok had the ball on their hands, but just couldn't secure the rebound.
Oh yes, they did. And again, thankfully for the Tigers, they lost it out of bounds because that would have been, if they had controlled that possession, that would have been another easy 2 points underneath for Marikina.
52.1 seconds remaining. Agovida back to Joseph Terzo. You see the turnover point story. 20 turnovers by Marikina converted into 27 points by the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Now on the other side, there's so much second chance points that Marikina has also scored. That's 19-2 on the second chance points opportunity.
Salubre got blocked by Tiamzon.
Good showing here by Tiamzon on blocking that corner 3.
2 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
2 seconds on the shot clock. 2 seconds to shoot.
2.0 seconds to shoot here. And the blocks. Davao with 6. Apat naman para sa Marikina. Agovida can't get it to go. Marikina chance to tie or take the lead. Angeles though lost it on the sideline.
Yeah, well, a good tap from behind though. See this little tap from behind helped in Angeles losing that possession.
Shot clock is off.
This now is a matter of managing clock here, but you gotta get the ball inbound safely.
No need to foul yet if you're Marikina, although they gave up an early foul.
They're gonna send Keith Agovida to the line. It's not a smart foul though. They're 8 out of 10 right now from the line. And the Keith Agovida has split his 4 free throws, 2 out of 4.
Agovida has hit key free throws here in the fourth until that miss.
73% free throw shooter. But you got what you bargained for. You missed one.
And this is another.
Missed a couple.
Pagkakataon para sa Marikina. Kiamzon. Foul given up by Arboleda. That's their last foul to give.
Boy, they didn't need to foul that time.
11.7 seconds remaining. Marikina will use his final timeout. And Coach Mike, just 2 points separating Marikina and Davao. And let's see kung anong i-map out ni Coach Angelo Nepres.
Deo, okay. Deo, Angeles, Jacob, Ace, sino to? Yutok. Screen, labas, pasa, palabas, diretso, tira, pagkawala.
Coach, Yutok to.
Angeles to.
Angeles. Pare, beng-beng na yan ha.
Tumal na coach. Okay, pagkawala, pasok dito.
Tama
Tapos
ba
lang, eto, screen, pasa. Okay? Gets? Ha?
Hey, wala na tayong fouls to give. Okay? Hey,
Governor Dennis Delta Pineda with Coach Pedic Di Matulak. And they're watching the action later on. Their team will be squaring off against Cebu in our main game. Wala nang timeout ang Marikina. Isa pa para sa Davao Occidental. And if you're Marikina, anong options sila dito, Coach Mike?
No, it sure looked like after all those actions, they're gonna turn to Angeles for the basket.
Yutok back to Timaho. 8 seconds remaining. Yutok for free. It's good! Not sure if that was the design play, but boy, Jay Yutok nailing a big three-pointer.
Well, it sure didn't look like that was the design. They actually were talking about Angeles taking the last shot, but quick thinking for Deo Timaho as well as Yutok to be able to feed that ball over to that corner three and knock it down.
And we have a timeout by Davao Occidental, down by 1. 3.5 seconds remaining here in regulation. And we'll listen in to Coach Arvin Bonleon.
Kobe. Listen, guys, listen. 3.5. Down. Kung open. Scoop. Oh, di Chavez. Okay, screen. Kung open to, bigyan natin to, ha? Bigyan natin, skate. Oh, pag wala, sabay to. Open to, dito skate, dito, lalabas yung screen. Dito, ha? Kobe. Here.
Gusto ko mangyari, boys, mainit ko na. Boys, ang gusto kong mayari, kung dito ipapasa bola, ito ha, kung dito nila ipapasa bola, dito,
Very important here. Both teams in penalty, and both of them also with no more timeouts. Let's see what they mapped out here on possibly the last possession in regulation for the Davao Occidental Tigers.
They have time. They have enough time. This is 3 seconds. 3.5 to be exact. They got a lot of time to execute this.
Terso will trigger it in. Escobedo catches. Draws closer, floats it up, gets it in! At the buzzer! They will review this one, but boy, it looked good, Coach Mike.
And that was really not enough challenge against that middle drive.
And that shot will count. Raymart Escobedo just in the nick of time for Davao Occidental.
Yeah, he got that ball from up top. Went on that dribble penetrate down the middle of the floor. See this. Little pin down. And hope to exchange Agovida with him down the block. They didn't get to Agovida. Instead, Escobedo went in right through the defense of Timajo and able to get that bounce. And that shot trickles in for that win para dito sa Tigers.
And he got bumped off by Deo Timajo,
Right.
but just had enough strength to put up that shot. And Raymart Escobedo comes to the rescue for the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yeah. And he got past Yutok almost untouched. It was only when they had Deo Timajo in there trying to stop him, but you know, Escobedo with the game winner.
Boy, what a game this has turned out to be. Marikina with their new players in tow. They were able to make a good account of themselves, but in the end, the experience of the Davao Occidental Tigers prevailing here. Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Well, pretty much Terzo, you know, helping them come back. It was, you know, they had difficulty getting shots and making points. They got 15 points on a 6 of 9 shooting, including a 3 of 4 from 3 points and 8 assists altogether. Really helped out, especially with this win para dito sa Davao Tigers.
Majority of his output coming here in this pivotal fourth quarter, enabling Davao Occidental to escape over Marikina 72-71. Let's go to Lyra.
Raymart Escobedo, that last basket-winning shot changed the story for Davao. Anong nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Siyempre, unang-una, nagpasalamat kami kay God and binigay sa amin yung panalo.
And now, of course, congratulations, you got the win. Now, moving on to my right, we have Joseph Terzo. Your ultimate goal, sinabi mo kanina, is to make this game better than the last one kasi 0 points ka in your last matchup. Anong pakiramdam na nahanap mo yung rhythm mo ngayon?
First of all, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord sa panalo na to. Yun lang, yung confidence lang siguro sa practice, tuloy-tuloy lang. At the same time, yung confidence din na binibigay sa akin ng coaches at saka ng mga teammates ko na laruin lang yung laro ko. Yun lang siguro.
And nakita talaga namin yung leadership mo ngayon, of course, with the collective effort of your teammates. Ano pang gusto mong maipakita ng Davao?
Siguro yung consistency namin. Siguro yung sa defense, especially on defense, yung consistent na 40 minutes na go hard sa defense. Siguro yun pa.
Maraming salamat, Joseph Terzo of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And what a way to begin festivities here at the Brenzy Yao Convention Center. And coming up next, it's the Saranganing Gripper. Kalaban naman ang Pasig City in the second game of our Tuesday triple header. Kaya huwag kayong aalis dahil magbabalik pa ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.